walk up and down pit road and try to dig in and get those stories. I want to know about the adjustments. How are these guys going to go out and run their fastest lap when it matters in that final round after they put laps on their tires to get there? This is a guy I'm particularly interested in. Brendan Gaughan was talking to his crew chief, Shane Wilson, in the garage area last night, and he said, we didn't get our best lap in practice. We think we're better than that. They were second fastest. So Brendan's not particularly known as a great qualifier in the Xfinity Series. Be interesting to see if he can take what he learned yesterday and improve and have a chance for the pole.
Brendan Gaughan, first car by the start-finish line. Behind him, Rookie of the Year contender Brennan Poole. Poole yesterday 15th quick. And to give us a little thought process on where these guys might want to be, that fast lap you talked about for Brendan Gaughan in practice yesterday, 23.766. You said it, good enough for second on the board.
See how Brendan is able to do 23.37.
Better. 4/10.
He knew he could pick up. Felt like he could pick up. Now it's going to be interesting to see how much faster the track is and how much these guys are able to step up their game. When you're practicing and you're trying to put down a simulated qualifying run, that's one thing. But when you got to do it for real, sometimes you're just able to get a little bit more out of that car than you thought you could.
23.37 for Gaughan. Ty Dillon, his teammate, went out and made a lap. 23.41 for him. Brennan Poole is fourth behind Ross Chastain. Great lap for Ross. 23.62, former pole winner here in the Camping World Truck Series. Had a runner-up after starting on the pole, driving for Brad Keselowski, and finished inside the top 10 last August here.
Yeah, down in the garage yesterday talking to that team and Ross in particular, and he said, we just don't have the budget to put on tires in this practice. We're going to be 25th or 26th in this session, but we know the balance we're looking for. Ross has run really well here in the Camping World Truck Series, led the most laps back a couple years ago and ran second, so he knows how to get the job done. He said, when we both on new tires, we will be one of the fastest cars here. Wow.
Big lap for Brad Keselowski. Look at this. Better, 15/10 of a second better, or at least a tenth and a half better, I should say, than Brendan Gaughan. 23.20 for that 22 team.
Bubba Wallace jumps up to the fourth position, and his Ford just had a teammate, Ryan Reed. Reed went fifth at a 23.58.
Both those cars pretty good in practice yesterday.
Joey Gase driving for Jimmy Means Racing, and there's Blake Cook in that 11 leaf filter car.
They spent a lot of time top 10 on the scoring pylon yesterday in practice.
Yeah, and Adam, not a lot of teams did a simulated qualifying run. They were just looking for the balance they know they're going to need tomorrow afternoon in the race, and they figured they could put on the new tires and adjust the car with air pressure and wedge and go out and wing it. And we're seeing some good laps here.
Support from CorvetteParts.net on the Zero of Garrett Smithley, young driver out of Peachtree City, Georgia, doing a nice job for JD Motorsports this season. His teammate Ross Chastain is 6th. Smithley goes 10th. 15 drivers have now been out to make a run in the opening round of qualifying. 4 minutes in, look at Morgan Shepherd.
Yeah, and there's the one car we've talked about, Elliott Sadler. And he's tracking right there on Brad Keselowski's time.
Real good run off of 2.
I'll tell you, that garage area down there, they know every detail what's going on that racetrack. They're focused and working on their cars, but if somebody has a real solid ride like Elliott Sadler has this weekend, everybody takes notice and points out that you better keep your eye on that car.
8/1000ths of a second, the difference between Elliott Sadler, who is second behind Brad Keselowski, 4 minutes into the opening round, Larry.
Yeah, there's a lot of scrambling down here in this 62 pit. It's with Brendan Gaughan. Looks like to me they maybe broke a brake line, so his qualifying may be over, even though he's second quickest. They're talking to NASCAR right now. He smelled brake fluid and saw smoke in the car, and it looks like to me he's done. I just saw him throw the gloves up on the dash, so that may be it for the 62 car, even with him sitting second quickest right now.
So I guess he'll transfer to the next round and be the 24th fastest car, would be how that protocol would work with NASCAR.
And I would assume have to drop to the rear with the changes they would make their following qualifying. So tough break for Brendan Gaughan, who, as Larry pointed out, has got a really fast race car.
Yeah, and that was good to see because Shane and Brendan, they struggled yesterday with their setup. And during the break between practices, Shane Wilson made I asked him, were they wholesale changes? Did you change the whole car? And he jokingly said, everything but, the seat and the steering wheel is pretty much different now. And Shane sent Brennan out there, and he was really fastest car in that practice.
A couple of guys to pay off here. Drew Herring made a run while Larry was talking about the situation with Gaunt. He's 7th. Brandon Jones, the rookie from Atlanta, is 8th. Looking now at Eric Jones. Boy, great lap here. 10th of a second or better in the bank. Off of turn 4 to the top. Eric Jones, 23.06.
Let's put an exclamation point beside that lap. 23.06. That's quite the run. A couple of teammates that are going to come looking for him, though, Adam. This was a great story. We talked earlier about Ben Kennedy. Golly, he was so fast in practice, and talked to him this morning about his car. He said he just really likes to feel this track and loves this Xfinity ride that he's getting. And after driving a big old boxy pickup truck for a couple, 3 years, you get behind the wheel of something as sporty as this Camaro he's driving, that'll put a big smile on your face.
Fastest in both practice sessions yesterday, but that lap by Eric Jones, a half a second quicker than what Kennedy ran yesterday in practice. And as you can see by the tracker, he's not going to have anything for Jones up front, but he is 7th of the 25 cars that have been out. There's Justin Allgaier. Let's get a word from Brendan Gaunt, Larry.
All right, Brendan, I'm going to say it for you. Damn, what happened out there?
We've had some issue with the new clip designs, and basically when I pulled in, this race car didn't like to go to the right very well, and we think we either popped a bleeder off the brake or pulled the brake line actually out of the caliper. So no matter what, we're going to have to go to the garage. So we're going to end up with this first practice. We'll have to start in the back no matter what. And, we got a good South Point Chevy. We'll be good no matter what. This is a track you can pass on big and wide, so we're going to make the show for the fans and see if I can do my best impersonation of Kyle Busch since he's not here.
Well, Adam, it's a 250-lap race. He'll be high, wide, and handsome, I can assure you.
Going to have to get physical at some point tomorrow to make his way to the front, Michael?
Yeah, and I'll go high and wide with you, Larry, on the handsome part. I saw Brennan earlier today. He didn't shave, so he needs a little grooming there.
J.J. Yaley is 17th. You saw him on track in the 44 car. Here's the 25 of Travis Quapple. And also wanted to mention Justin Allgaier, who began his run as Larry started his interview with Brendan, his 4th quick. Haven't seen the 88 of Alex Bowman, but so far the junior motorsports cars look fast. Sadler is 3rd, Allgaier is 4th. And here comes another car from the Joe Gibbs stable, Sam Hornish Jr.
He'll slide in the 5th position. It's funny talking to Sam down on pit road. He said he didn't sleep well on Thursday night. This is a guy that's running IndyCar at over 230 miles an hour at Indy. So you know how intense it is to come to NASCAR and try to have success. And that's exactly why he couldn't sleep. He's like, do I still have it? Has 7 months, have I lost a step or two in that period of time? Obviously he hasn't.
31 cars have been on track. We've changed our tracker to show the bubble driver. It was Jeff Green. He's knocked off the bubble by Ryan Sieg, who jumped to 10th. Quapple now in the 24th spot. As you take a look at the 90, that's Mario Gosselin this week.
Mario's unable to unseat Travis Quapple. Mario, the Canadian, he is 25th fastest so far. And there's Mike Harmon. Spent some time down in the garage area talking with Harmon this morning, and we were just reminiscing about a couple of bad days we had in Bristol, Tennessee.
I saw those pictures on Twitter you posted.
Most of us wake up in the morning and figure every day's a bonus after terrible crashes we had there. And Mike said, I just still like racing the car, so I'm going to do it as long as I still like it.
Harmon 33rd, 34 cars that have taken time. Claire Decker, the only one behind him. Decker, the 21-year-old out of Wisconsin, looking to make her Xfinity Series debut later tonight. Will run in the Camping World Truck Series race here.
Look at the run off of turn 4 for Timmy Hill. He's able to take that 24th position away, puts himself on the bubble, but nice run.
9 1/1000ths of a second in front of Travis Quapple. May not stay in the top 24 long because here comes our most recent winner and another driver that was really fast yesterday in practice, Daniel Suarez.
Yeah, and we know that Daniel Suarez will be in the top 24, and we think he's going to shoot for the pole. You can see just a few hundredths of a second off of Eric Jones.
Yeah, our tracker back to compare Suarez against the fast time of the session. A 23:06 for Eric Jones. Suarez not going to get there. He is second, a 23:16, Larry.
Yeah, I'm here with Brad Keselowski. And Brad, right now, about halfway through this first round, you're sitting there third behind those two Joe Gibbs Toyotas. What did you feel just doing the one lap in that round one?
Yeah, that discount tire four is pretty fast. I'd like to have just a little bit more speed, but the balance is really good. So, I think the rounds are going to show that the tire's going to fall and the cars are going to change a little bit. Hopefully, our speed will come as the tires fall. I think that's where we were in practice. So, pretty optimistic.
Well, I think it'll be a balance. I think the tires will fall off, but the track should start gaining some grip.
And the good news for Brad, 8 of the 12 races here at Iowa, all-time. Michael won by a Ford 3 times. Keselowski himself is taking a vehicle to victory lane here.
We talked about the junior motorsports cars. We saw a lot of speed out of this car yesterday for Alex Bowman. You can see tracking right there on Eric Jones as he exited to. Looked like maybe he got a little bit wide off that corner, Adam, and lost the momentum. But this is going to be plenty good to advance him to the next round, and he will learn from that run. He will understand what changes he needs to recommend to the team, how they can make this 88 car better for him. Those adjustments will be made. He can adjust his line a bit and still be a factor in who gets this pole.
The top 5 right now, with just under 9 minutes to go in this first round of qualifying. Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, teammates from Joe Gibbs Racing. Then it's Brad Keselowski, who we heard from. Elliott Sadler, who already has 3 poles here at Iowa, 1 from the pole back in 2012. He's 4th. There you see Elliott talking to his teammate Justin Allgaier. Allgaier is 6th, and sandwiched in between the gentleman that Michael just talked about. The 3rd driver from JRM, Alex Bowman, 5th on the board. Hornish is 7th. Then it's Brendan Gaughan. We've documented his situation. He's not going to be able to compete in round 2 despite his time. Got problems. They will go to the garage. Then it's Ty Dillon and Darrell Wallace Jr.
There you see Daniel Suarez, last week's winner. A lot of smiles down there in that 19 teams camp this week. Just so fun to win your first race and head back to the racetrack and feel all the love from your competitors.
Suarez doing double duty this weekend. Going to run the truck race later tonight. Coverage begins, in case you hadn't heard, with all the golf changes we've made to the U.S. Open coverage because of the rains on Thursday. Truck Series setup. First part of the race will be on Fox Business Network. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Daniel will be there rolling off from the 17th position.